Welcome to Jesse Watters Primetime. I'm Charlie Hurt in for Jesse. Graham Platner's Senate campaign is finally over. Last night, after multiple sexual assault allegations, Platner dropped an 11-minute video announcing he is finally pulling out of the race.
We are suspending campaign operations. This is incredibly difficult because I know that some will think it's an admission of guilt, and it most certainly is not. We're not doing it because of the allegations. We're doing it because of the structures that are being taken away from us by those in power.
Platner still denies all the allegations and blames D.C. for taking him out. His own advisors wanted him to show some gratitude to Democrats. Instead, the nipple Nazi decided to burn it all down. And Obama world is not happy.
I thought it was disgraceful, honestly. You know, he had an opportunity to accept responsibility. There was nowhere in the 11 minutes that he ascribed any of this to his own actions, to completely duck responsibility for his own actions and blame everyone but himself, including the accusers, was just a terrible mistake in my view.
A few months ago, Democrats were gushing all over the oyster farmer. They told him he was the one, the hero their movement needed. They thought the beard and the gruff voice were the perfect package. They were so excited, they had the DNC's research firm rush his background check. Came back in days instead of weeks. And even as the dirt started trickling out, they were still head over heels.
We're going to talk about tattoos and sexting. He gets a hall pass.
Everybody's talking about toxic relationships and tattoos and all of this. Talk about Susan Collins. I don't give a if somebody had a toxic relationship.
Maybe we need a combat veteran right on that Senate floor who is up.
All politicians have baggage. This just happens to be a candidate that has baggage.
That hall pass expired fast. All of those people have now distanced themselves from Platner when the latest rape allegations came out. The second he waved the white flag, the rest of the party ripped off the rose-colored glasses.
You, him, that. How much do you expect from us to go along with your stupid bull? Oh, it wasn't a Nazi tattoo. I didn't know it was a Nazi tattoo. Oh, this is all a made-up allegation from a Republican operative. Oh, the extremely gruesome and harrowing details that have been contemporaneously confirmed are fake. You. This guy. The whole thing. Crazy.
That's a whole lot of beeps. The Raging Cajun says this never would have happened back in his day.
It was the consultants of like 27, 28 years old, and they were not sort of straitjacketed by the old rules of politics. You didn't vet your own candidate? You mean you didn't know? Okay, we used to get our own Oppo researchers to do an Oppo research book on us. It's the most important research you do.
So Democrats botched this and botched it big time. They protected a perv, and voters and the alleged victims got hurt. Now it's time to say sorry.
I want to know why Democrats didn't believe Lindsay Fifield a month ago. Kirsten Gillibrand, who chairs the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee, basically was a catalyst for the Me Too movement, which was a positive thing in our country. She ran Al Franken out of the U.S. Senate for less than Graham Platner's been accused of. But when it came down to time to maybe put a Senate seat in Maine at risk, she didn't believe Lindsay Fifield. And I think a lot of Democratic senators owe a big apology today to Lindsay Fifield.
And, of course, the media thinks they're the real victims.
What has been an unpredictable, incredibly tumultuous, at times fascinating simply because of the political story, and ultimately deeply enraging political career for Graham Platner, enraging for all of us.
Meanwhile, the Bravo wine mom has a theory on where it all went wrong.
Graham Platner's problem is he should have ran as a Republican, and then he would be the senator. Because they don't have an issue with this.
They thought Platner was their next messiah. Democrat headhunter Daniel Moraff said he was like Obama. Now that the party's scrambling for a replacement, they only have 2 weeks. And some Democrats want a Platner clone.
Democratic voters of Maine said, we want a progressive. They did not say they want an APAC moderate. If you don't, and the DNC shoves an APAC candidate down your throat, you have my permission to not vote for them. It is not vote blue no matter who. It matters who.
Just like Reid, The View wants it Platner's way or no way.
One Maine voter in particular said Platner did show to establishment Democrats that this is exactly what Maine wants. These are the policies that we want. This is the messaging that we want. I think the Democratic National Committee needs to listen to that and find, some sort of contender that speaks to those voters.
With the seat up for grabs, the replacements are already lining up. The leading favorite, Troy Jackson, he's a logger from Maine, and he got his start in '98 for leading a logger blockade to keep Canadians from taking their jobs. Jackson also voted against abortion and gay marriage back in '09, so I don't think progressives are going to be too thrilled about that resume. But he's still running the Platner playbook, socialized medicine for all. Another person trying out, a brewery owner named Dan Kleben. He ran for Senate a year back but dropped out. Now he's back for round 2, but is trying to wash off Platner's stench.
Do you want Graham Platner's endorsement? Would you welcome it? Would you take it?
No, I would not. I would not accept Graham Platner's endorsement.
A fight's easier with backup, so he's cozying up to the commies.
Would you vote for Chuck Schumer as leader?
I would not vote for Chuck Schumer as leader. I think we need a new generation of leadership, so therefore I would not vote for Chuck Schumer as leader of the Democratic caucus.
What a car wreck. Platner didn't want Democrat brass picking his replacement for him, so Valley Geiger, a former nurse and mayor, said Platner encouraged her to run. His campaign denies it, but the Oyster Man called her a fighter, and she quickly reported for duty.
Well, let's be clear. The person who accused him of physicality is a Republican operative who actually started a group called Ladies for Kavanaugh, who helped write the speech that Susan Collins gave on the floor to justify her vote for him. So frankly, I find it a little hard to accept her word.
While the rest of the Democrats started running, she was busy sweeping his mess under the rug.
If all of you keep with the character assassination for the next 5 months, you may succeed in taking him out.
I don't know what you mean by all of you character assassination. We're reporting, he had a Totenkopf tattoo on his chest. That's a fact. He did write those Reddit posts. That's a fact. These three women came out and they're making these allegations against him. It's a fact.
Platner's out, but this fight ain't over. Democrats proved they'll do anything to flip this seat blue.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.